Hey guys, Jared James here, and I want to talk to you about something that was kind of important in our industry yesterday, which was for the first time in almost a decade, the Federal Reserve Board decided to raise rates, decided to hike rates, which really caused a lot of confusion within our industry. People were wondering, what does this really mean? Does this mean that rates automatically go up on mortgages and refinances and these kinds of things? They saw places like Wells Fargo where their prime rate actually did increase. And then so they said, well, does that mean that every other bank has increased? So there's been some confusion about how this all works. I want to clear this up for you, and then I also want to let you know how you can actually leverage this to your advantage, okay? First things first, the Fed does not raise rates on consumers, okay? They really don't have anything to do with the consumer rate that you get or that your clients get or anyone else. What they do is they set a target on something called the federal funds rate, which is the rate at which banks actually borrow their money, okay? So in essence what's happening is that the banks that are getting their money are getting it at a certain rate, and then they're selling it back to consumers, and that rate that they're borrowing at just went up, so now they have a decision to make. Do they raise the rate to borrowers? Do they leave it the same and not make as much money? This is a decision that they have to make, which is why we saw, again, Wells Fargo already raised, other places are probably going to raise, it's just a matter of time, but it's one of those things where you can't guarantee it. They're going to make the decisions that they want to make, okay? So, how should this affect the housing market? That's what's really important. Long term, we're going to see what happens. In the short term, it shouldn't have that much of an effect. I mean, really the bigger issue right now is that rates are still, even when with this rate hike, and even when other banks start to get in line and start to raise their rates as well, rates are still at historical lows. I mean, they're at great places right now for people to borrow, for people to refinance. So it shouldn't affect that much. The bigger issue is really how tentative a lot of lenders are being with giving out loans because they're afraid of getting burned again, like they did in the past bubble. So they're a little bit afraid of that, but overall it shouldn't affect it that much, except for, you know, kind of fear. People start thinking rates are going up and all the illusions that come with that. But more importantly, what does this really mean for you? It means opportunity. Okay, that's the important part. It means opportunity. Why is it opportunity? It's opportunity because this is a time right now when you should be calling every single buyer in your database. You should be calling every single lead that you haven't talked to in 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, 2 months, whatever it happens to be, because you now have valuable information. You have something that they need. You're letting them know as their trusted source, as their professional, hey, look, here's what happened with the Fed rate. Here's what it means. If you really want to sound smart, you can talk about the Fed fund rate and all this other stuff and what it means and sound super smart, but more importantly, you have something to deliver to them. You have something to tell them, and you're able to tell them, look, it's time for you to get off the fence. It's time for you to act because we do know that rates are probably now going to go up, okay? The other thing that you're able to do right now, especially this time of the year, we've been pushing all our students and everybody we know in real estate that this is the time when you contact everybody. This is the time when you have something to say and you can say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and talk about things and whatever, but now this gives you something to really talk about. I would be calling every single person I know that I sold a house to, that owns a house, even if I didn't sell it to them, and I'd say, hey, if you haven't refinanced yet, now is the time to refinance. Because we see where the momentum is now going with rates, okay? And so this is real value that you're going to bring to them, and it's not a bad idea as well if they've already refinanced or they're not interested or they're not, you know, whatever it might be. Hey, do you know somebody who is? Okay, do you know somebody who may want that information? Do you know somebody? And now what's happening is that your web is expanding and you're delivering value to more and more people. It's important when you're in this industry that you understand what things in our industry actually mean. You're able to deliver those messages to your people in a way that's understandable so that you become the trusted resource for everything to do real estate wise, so you make more money, you build more clients, the whole deal, okay? If you guys have any questions, let me know. You can contact me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all these different places. I hope this helps you guys. If I don't get a chance to say it, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you happen to celebrate. I'll talk to you soon.